mechanic. Welcome back to Swing Surgeon, where we dissect swings. Today we'll be looking at Aaron Judge and JD Martinez on the rear arm mechanics. So first of all, we'll look at Aaron Judge. You can see his right elbow is not showing right now. Basically what he's doing is he's pulling that right elbow back to gain hip-shoulder separation. And the hip-shoulder separation is most important in keeping the sequence. I'll have the video linked right here if you want to look at that video. But he pulls that arm backwards, hides his hands almost behind his head or shoulder area, more towards the shoulder area. And then his rear arm, when he starts firing, it works underneath the barrel instead of forward. So he actually just turns his hands or pushes the barrels backwards to gain the path that he wants. So his elbow goes down, his hands don't go forward. It goes down, but his hands are still by his shoulders. You'll be able to see that a little bit better from this side angle here. So you see here, pulls his arm back just like we were looking. Pulls, pulls, pulls. When he fires his upper body, all he's doing is turning, and then this rear elbow just goes down his hair, and it stays behind his hand. So you can see here it's already behind his hand. A lot of young hitters tend to get this elbow, like if this is where his hands would be for a young hitter, their elbow would already be here. And all this does is really drag the barrel and lose a lot of power. You really want something stable behind it, just like if you were giving a punch. You wouldn't give a punch with your elbow underneath your hand. That wouldn't work. You want your elbow behind your hand, make something solid to hit the ball with. So if we keep going here, you can kind of see that elbow just stays behind his hands, and then when he's making contact, he really hasn't extended at all. All he did was just flick the barrel more forward. His hands don't really move. So he launches, they're by his shoulder, then we start to move. As he's turning, we have a nice angle here. One thing you don't want at contact, again, if you're very pushy with your hands, you'll see this right here where contact is. That's where contact will be for a lot of guys, and their bat will be out here like this. And with this very straight arm, which means you were very handsy to it instead of using your body and extending through it. And you can it's hard to be on time with this because you have to be perfect every single time because you have to hit it right at the snap instead of be able to extend through the zone and then maybe if you're a little late or a little early still catch it nice. And also gives a little more power because if we go here, we're just pushing through this ball, giving every ounce of energy through it, pushing, 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 instead of hitting it here, and then we have nothing to push with. We just have to go out of the zone. So again, just to recap with him, pulls back, right arm goes underneath, his left arm goes up. We have a lead arm mechanic video I can link right here, and it'll explain that part. But this right arm goes underneath, elbow behind the hands to give a stable foundation. Hits it with a bent elbow. Again, not 90 degrees, so we're not here, but just a nice, like 45 degrees is great. And then extends through the ball to go get that extra power. Next, we'll look at JD Martinez. Hey, now we're back with JD Martinez. I think he's one of the better examples at changing your swing to adapt to the new times of swing mechanics, which it's really just adaptation. It's not really anything new. It's just now we can see it and we can change our swings to it. So he's been a big proponent of it. So if we go here, again, pulls his arm back. He's really holding this like back area right here, but he can also pull your arm back. It depends on the feel of the player. So he pulls back as his hips are opening to keep his upper body closed. Right arm works underneath, and we go through it. This should be a better angle for him. So this is after his pullback. He's already opening. His elbow is already dropped in, right? Elbow behind his hands. I guess it's a little bit of a weird angle, but you can see his elbow never gets in front of his hand. Like his elbow's at his hip right there, and then his hands are almost at the middle of his body already, out in front. And then he hits it. So this is more of an inside pitch, but he still hits it just before contact. still has a slightly bent elbow. So he can extend through the ball. Instead of hitting it right here, where he has no extension, he has to leave the zone. Okay? So you can see his hand just push forward at the end. Most kids, they start pushing forward here, like way back here. They push forward, and then their hands are already way out here. And that's how they get this contact like this. Straight arms pushing forward. The bat wouldn't be angled like this because of how they've entered the zone. They can't make contact with the barrel facing so forward. So it'd be a barrel like this. And you just have no power, and it has to be perfect every single time. This is a better little 3D image, how we can see his elbow behind his hands. So again, if you look at his arm, bent elbow, ready to extend through. His elbow is worked under the ball. He's working on the right path. That's how he gets on path with the baseball. Ready to extend through it. Alright, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you need online lessons, go to swingsurgeonlessons@gmail.com. Just email me there. Thank you very much.